Hello, everyone. Okay, okay. Something just put this grin on my face. And thank you, Stephen King. Thank you, Stephen King, if you ever say this. And you didn't even, well, you did something. But what happened from that, what happened from that made me fucking laugh. Okay? It has changed my day completely. Stephen King Stephen King just, I wasn't expecting to go on camera, so I'm sorry if I look sloppy, but I just was reading on Threads. I had signed up for Threads months ago, and I just never got there. Between Facebook and then Instagram, I started with that last year or so, actually doing something like here. I had this since like what 2008 or something, but I really haven't done anything except the last couple of years on it. And but I just was reading on Threads. Stephen King is being all like yapped about everywhere. I'm like, what the fuck happened with Stephen King? Apparently, he got kicked off of X this morning. I don't know if it was this morning. He got kicked off of X this morning. And since I am not on it, I was suspended during the campaigning. Uh, I'll tell you about that. But he was kicked off of X for calling Elon Musk the new first lady. And if you know, Elon has a trans daughter and a trans child, and he has basically in public several times said he's basically has no child, yeah, yada yada yada, yeah, uh, because they're trans. That's the only reason. That is what kind of person he is. His own child, one of his own children, and he just rejects because they're trans. So him calling Elon the first lady, and he is more excited than Melania, but it's like a couple of layers. So Stephen King. So everybody on Threads is all like, come over to Threads, Stephen King. We hope he gets here soon. Who can float that to him? Because he's somebody who kind of doesn't just with everybody. It's not like he's huge big on social media. I mean, a lot of I just haven't smiled like this for literally since last Tuesday, and today is Monday. So I can't. I always keep track of Mondays as all the noise in the morning, you know, until about this time or noon or something when they have lunch, um, because of all the landscaping being done. And now with the cooler weather, and yeah, they're not here. It's the second week they're not like. So anyway, yeah, I got to get used to not using that as a benchmark for Mondays. But yeah, uh, I've really been kind of trying to recover. First of all, work in the election. It took me Wednesday, Thursday, and most of Friday to even feel half like not sore every time I moved. Literally. I haven't worked the elections in a couple, like 20 years, okay? So, since my first kid was, baby. But, it took a lot out of me even back then. So at 61, yeah, last time I was in my 40s, so bit of a difference. But especially if you're not going to like a 9 to 5, a regular 8 hour a day job type thing. where kind of your pain fluctuate and your abilities fluctuate, kind of crap. Some days I'm able to do shit. Some days not so good, not so much. Um, and the damn you can't see it in the back there, but I've got my smoke detector, fire detector, and carbon detector hanging from the ceiling. I'm short, so I can walk under it, but I'm gonna have to call maintenance after I get the house cleaned up because I'm not tall enough. I can't, so I have to use like something to touch it with. And I was trying to get it open to like pull out the battery you know, with my little pole thing because it kept doing it, and I'm assuming it needs a new battery. And I was going to ask my nephew, who's tall enough, he could probably do it on a chair. I can't, and not alone. And so that's hanging. All weekend, that shit was going on. Like 2 in the morning, seriously. Took 20 minutes. It would go off, then it would start. I'm like, oh my god, that's why I think it's a battery. Because it'd be like hush mode activated, and then 2 minutes later, 1 minute later, it's fucking doing it again. So I'm thinking it probably is just the battery's going bad. That was fun this weekend. But yeah, that Stephen King thing. So I just made up on Facebook, I made up how you use the backgrounds or something if there's under a certain amount of words. I just said something like, Stephen King just got kicked off X for calling Elon the next first lady. I was like, go to Threads. Everybody wants you. We love you there, Stephen. We're waiting. See, I would have been kicked off it. What I did. You want to know what I did? Okay, I've been suspended twice. Once when it was Twitter, and once when it was X. And I got like what? Not even almost under 300 subscribers. God, like last year I had maybe 100 or something. That's wild. That's crazy. I mean, I know that's like nothing, but still. Okay, that's I'm just me. But and I do know that I am intense. I have been told that my entire life, even from people that are also empaths, or they're like, you're intense. I get it. Okay, I get it. I know I am. I try to temper it sometimes, but we need some of those straightforward, brash. I'm just saying it because you all want to. I spent so many decades in my life being the civil person, being the like Democrats as compared to a Republican, as far as we're always the civil person, the one that, even when we give a jab, we're being courteous and nice about it. I mean, we could be a whole lot fucking meaner if we wanted to be, but we reserved. We have some restraint, even when we're being snarky at you, and that shit, people with that, when they decide to be like, fuck it, I'm not doing any restraint, I'm just gonna tell them straight up, what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do to me? I mean, you've already threatened everything that would constitute, what helps me have my life. So, I'm on SSI. They've threatened that will be gone eventually. It's going to take a while before they can do that. So, but at any rate, it's not like we're just going to roll over. The Democrats are fighting as best they can. I mean, take away the EBT, take away the housing vouchers, same thing. It's not going to happen in January, most likely. So, I mean, Democrats can stall shit too with constant, legality and constant type of things. We can play that too if we want to. But, the Democrats now are just getting to the point where, okay, we're not even going to play fairly on your field. We're just going to, fuck you now. Just, you know what? Fuck that shit. I mean, we're not going to go lawless like they are, but, you know, we tried to give you the benefit of the doubt, the benefits of the doubt over and over. Now that you've showed every single color, and every single person that lives in America has also showed their colors. Now we know what we need. And if there is going to be an underground of something, if it gets that bad, and the Democrats and the the normal Republican people, before everything changes, can't put some things in place or whatever, and shit starts going down for people like trans, or if they go after disabled people, things like that. They go after black people to make them slaves. I don't know what they plan to do with Hispanic, Latino, Mexican, Spanish people, or Asian. They haven't said that. They've just mentioned slavery for blacks. Yeah, and pretty much, white women are, we're okay, but, we'll be subjugated and have no rights. But, other than that, so, other than that, and basically just, if we're not of childbearing age, just whatever we happen to be useful doing in their service. So, yeah, that's fun. So, I won't be deported to some country I don't know, but, and I won't, well, I might be in a camp or in prison, because they take those programs away. We're talking the long term. They take those programs away. I will be homeless, me and the cats, and, if he wants to make homelessness illegal, so you get arrested, and your choice, and I'm not making this up, the choice will be, now, of course, he won't even, once he's in, he won't be able to just do that. So it's not going to happen, right away. So never fear. And then you might get somebody that's a little trigger happy. I'm not suggesting it. I'm just saying, 2 people took shots before he was even, elected. So, I don't know. Some of those original Republicans that aren't exactly stable mentally might, or emotionally, might also again decide, because he did it the first 2 times, might also decide that, yeah, this guy, because at least with Vance, I don't think he would continue with the deportation crap and the immigrant shit, because his own wife and children, his wife is an immigrant, and his children are part immigrant. So, I don't know if Vance would continue that if somebody took Trump out. But and I'm not suggesting that. I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised, like I said, because before he even became the next, the president-elect, he had 2 people already going for him. So, there's that. That could always happen at any point, even after he becomes. I mean, somebody that is angry, again, about another Republican who is furious with the way MAGA has hijacked the American people, and those people that took hits, I can't really say they're that unstable if they took a hit at him, basically. If they knew why they were taking a hit at him, I mean, I'm not somebody who normally says it. I'm not. I think that's horrible, no matter what. But with some people, I can understand it. Some people that are doing dire... taking a pot shot at Kennedy, he wasn't making dire problems, Taking a pot shot at Hitler, I get. At Stalin, yeah, I get. Mussolini, yeah, I get that. At Trump, yeah, I do get that, okay? I mean, some people, Putin, King, I mean, those dictators, yeah, somebody takes a pot shot at somebody like that. I'm not saying they should. I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm just saying I can understand it as a human. Even if I don't approve of killing somebody, I can understand why that particular person had it coming, you know. Um, Trump definitely is in that camp. But yeah, and if he got to the point where he could make homelessness illegal, your choice when you're arrested will be either A, imprisoned, and that's I guess for life, or until somebody you know wants to invite you to live with their family, um, or if you don't have something like that, you can choose to go to the homeless rehabilitation camps. Yeah, still camps, still internment camps. But they're homeless rehabilitation. Doesn't that sound so hopeful? It does. It sounds like they're going to help you. Get a trade, find some work, be productive, get a home, get an apartment. Doesn't it? Wrong. What it means, their intent, and they go on to explain that the rehabilitate will be um, basically rehabilitating you, brainwashing you, like they did with their MAGA followers. Basically, until you understand that this is how it is, and this is a much more God desired way for humans to live. Um, so you can go to that and be fixed, just like they do with gay people. We can pray it away and brainwash it away. No, you can't. Okay, that's the choice. Yay! I'll get to do jazz hands in the internment camps or prison because I won't agree to be brainwashed. Sorry. Um, I know what's on that other side, and I know what's on the correct side, and I know what's on the humane side. And it's not MAGA's way. Now, I know some of you that haven't been rabid, Trump supporters, MAGA per se, a bunch of you that aren't necessarily identify as MAGA obviously voted for them, or some huge thing was done and 20 million votes got fucked up. We do know ballot boxes, which were Democratic votes, I'm sure most people that voted by mail, how many of those votes, I'm sure even a dozen ballot boxes worth aren't going to change the vote, obviously. But what was done about that? And if that was able to be done, what else did they do? Not even during the election. What did they do before the election? Because I will continue saying, I don't want to sound like them, it was rigged or anything. However, generally, you don't, by the time Dawn rolls around, have a result. Not lately. Second, we all saw several weeks before the end of the campaigning, he just lost all will. He didn't even care. He wasn't even trying. He really wasn't. He wasn't even trying. Everybody saw it. He was all leaning and just, yeah. He wasn't even trying. Okay? they started getting very quiet. Everybody shut up. Bober, Green, everybody shut up. You haven't heard a lot from quite a few of them. Gates and stuff, because they're under investigation. But still, it got very quiet at the same time that he seemed to be... I mean, they weren't bringing attention. The ones that normally yap to get attention and cameras and mics on them weren't doing that. At the same time that he got very sloppy and lazy and obviously didn't even fucking care to try anymore. Why? When it was already, at that point, was looking not good. The polls and stuff, and I know polls are polls, but still, even we all saw nobody at his, people on his rallies, and hers just nailed it. Now, and then all of a sudden he starts acting like he doesn't care. He's saying he doesn't need... Oh, and that's the other thing. He literally kept saying, I don't need your vote. Just vote for me and then I don't care. I don't care. I mean, he said that. He told them he didn't need your vote anymore. We got everything we need, is what he said. And he said that more than once. We got what we need. And that's the same time he stopped really trying. Same time everybody else in the camp got quiet. And then suddenly he won by such a landslide. I'm not in denial or anything like that. And I understand a lot of people that voted for him voted more for what he was promising on the economy, except for the fact that he was promising stuff that can't be delivered. And in fact, I know it feels like things are not good economy-wise. I can feel it too at times, okay? But what they don't understand, because they don't pay attention to their own country, let alone their own country, other countries. If they were, they would have known that since COVID tanked every fucking country. It tanked everybody's on this planet's economy. Okay? And a few years out from that, believe it or not, as much as we're feeling it, still, America was still in the forefront, was first. We were doing best out of all of the countries of the planet on how we were rebounding under democratic administration, how quickly we rebounded, at least to try to get back where we were, somewhere close. We're the only country, we're the country that has done it the best. And that was under Biden. Biden's a Democrat. Okay? So as much as you were feeling, other countries were feeling it way worse because they were not rebounding as quickly. Okay, that rebound was not due to Trump. It was due to Biden and his policies enacted. And during the campaign, y'all kept concentrating, and they were doing it deliberately to you guys. He was constantly saying, well, we already are under Kamala's rule, and look at it. No, she is the vice president. The vice president doesn't have a lot of say. Ask Mike Pence. Okay? He doesn't have the say. You didn't blame stuff from Obama on Biden, did you? No, because he was the vice president. But yet during the campaign, you guys who voted for them, but aren't necessarily MAGA, you guys let them just lead you right to that. Oh, they kept saying it, and then you're like, oh yeah, well Kamala isn't doing it right now, and she's in power. No, she isn't in power. She's the backup. He is in power. So you haven't gotten that through your thick skulls. That was one way that you all screwed up when you voted for them, if you were voting for him for his economy. Because you didn't bother reading all the stuff after that part. You didn't bother reading. You just want to listen. You don't want to do any research. So when your wives and your daughters and your nieces and your aunts are sexually harassed at work or at school and touched and told they can't do anything after January 20th, you did that. Congratulations. I'm seeing people that are legal, some are illegal, undocumented. People that are here right now because they do field work, they do the kind of stuff that Americans don't want to do. And the kind of jobs that Americans look down on. The kind of jobs that if they weren't being done by somebody, you wouldn't have your food or you'd have to be doing it yourself. Those kind of people. They thought, well, he's only going to deport the people that are undocumented if they're causing problems or, I haven't committed any crimes, so I'm an undocumented, but it's worth a chance, of people getting deported if it's going to help our economy. He's an undocumented worker. And he actually thinks he's not going to be caught up in a mass deportation. And yet, he voted for Trump. Because, and that, it was actually, I've got the screenshot. Yeah, he voted for Trump. Actually, I put some of those graphics that I make in the community stuff, and there's 5 of them on one post, about things that people just didn't understand. And they didn't understand because, of course, they're not going to explain it to you, because then they'll explain how they're going to fuck you over. So they say it in a pretty way without saying the rest of their policy, that particular thing. And if you don't go and research it and read it for yourself, all you hear is what they want you to hear. The good, fuzzy, warm part. And they don't tell you about the thorny, axing, macing, slashy part later. So because you don't like to read or research, you voted for the warm, fuzzy part, which is a momentary, and we're going to get the sharp, slashy, thorny part. Yeah, because you voted for it. You see how that works? You see how not only do we have stupid people being voted into Congress because they're being voted in by stupid people. And if you voted for Trump, I'm saying it to your face. You're stupid. And I don't care if you have a penis or a vagina, and if it's black, brown, white, tan, beige, cream, mocha. Fucking I don't care what color it is or what sexual organs you have. We're all gonna pay. And if you voted for Trump, it's your fault. Plain and simple. So you can sit with that for a little while, especially if you voted for Trump. Because you kept saying, you're just joking. As soon as the word came out, you're just exaggerating because you don't want him to win. As soon as the word came out that Trump won and he was the next president in a few months, they started talking immediately that we're going to start, this is how what we're going to do. They started putting out their stuff right away. And people started seeing that, and they're looking, like the story of the undocumented worker I was telling you about. And he was like, but I don't, and somebody was told them, well, you didn't research it, did you? He goes, but he said it was just He said the parts he wanted you to hear. But me and all the places I told you to follow, we've told you that. Brian Tyler Cohen, David Pakman, Jesse Dolliman, Luke Beasley, Adam Mockler, Midas Network, Mark Elias, Legal AF, Democracy Docket, Farron Cousins. He does Fair and Balanced and Ring of Fire. I've told you all about these. Somebody told me about the Fifth Column. All of us told you. Multiple times. For months, a year, more. We showed them to you. We gave you the URLs, the websites to go read them. Did you want us to come over to your homes and read them to you as a bedtime story every night? To get you to listen? I mean, do you understand? Not reading is working against your own interest. We'll see it right now. Because you voted for Trump, thinking he would do what he said he would do. Did you not know he has 34 felony convictions from a jury? He has a sexual assault conviction. You trusted that? Yes, do tell me. Why did you trust that? Explain to me why you trusted that, knowing all of it. Yeah, I'm really curious. Go on. Tell me the story. I want to know. Why did you vote for him? I want to know. And anything that you voted for him on, has he mentioned any of that? Has he talked about the economy? Oh, the tariffs. The tariffs, you liked that, didn't you? Did you know what a tariff was? Oh, he just told you what a tariff was. Did you not learn what a tariff was when you were in school? Especially high school? When we learned about England and us coming here and stealing it from other people that weren't white, that already lived here and pretty much owned the land. Did you hear about tariffs then? Oh, you heard the word, but you really had to do with money or something. So when Trump started talking about that months ago about tariffs, did you look it up and actually remind yourself what they were? No? Oh, he told you what they were. But I told you he's stupid, and nobody bankrupts a casino, because the casino always wins. So you thought he was smart? Even after everything you've heard. 34 fraud felony convictions. So you think being a criminal is smart. That's a smart thing? So then you would have no problem being a criminal yourself. And you don't care if anybody thinks you're racist and bigoted, and you don't care. Oh, you're not? But you voted for one. You voted for one that basically said they were either going to imprison, deport, or kill anybody who isn't white. Even if they were legally born here, but their parents immigrated, they're still not going to stay here. You didn't understand that part? Or you didn't care? Or you're also a racist? So, no. I'm sorry to tell you, but if you voted for Trump, you are unanimously either a racist bigot or an idiot or stupid. So which lane are you? The racist bigot or the idiot? The stupid idiot. So that's your choice. Which lane are you? The racist bigot or the stupid idiot? Because those are the reasons you'd vote for Trump. There was no way somebody who was absolutely against racism and misogyny and bigotry would ever vote for somebody who was the poster boy for misogyny, bigotry, and racism. And if you didn't understand that, then you are indeed the stupid, ignorant person. And if you don't like that, guess what? I don't like the fact that somebody that's so stupid or so racist has the right to vote. And I'll tell you, the stupidest Trump voters, the women voters, and the people of color, or the people that are or have trans family or friends. You people are the stupidest voters. Guess what? I don't care if you like it or not. I don't effing care. This here is my channel. And I will tell you the truth. And I don't care if you like it or not. I don't care. You are not the center of attention. You are not the center of the world. Your wants are not what most people want. And you all say, oh, well, most of the people. You know what? What if the blue states decided not to share with the red states anymore? You know, the red states are the more rural ones, right? The red states where there's a lot of land and you don't have a lot of things being produced or sold. You know, there's not a lot of as many stores as there are in the more crowded blue states. That's because that's where the manufacturing and all the working is being done for all you people in the rurals. Yeah. So, I wonder how the red states people would do if the blue people didn't want to do what they normally do to sustain this country. You people that are for that, you think because he won, you know, if he would not have been so popular if we did not have so many stupid people. And George Carlin was right. That was long ago. So any of you who voted for Trump and you don't like me calling you racist or misogynistic or bigoted or stupid, then stop being them. Stop being misogynistic, racist, bigoted, and stupid. Then you wouldn't be called it. It's just the truth. But, as usual, MAGA can't handle the truth. Once your little cult daddy rapist felon fucks America up again like he did last time, everybody like they came running for you will come running back to Democrats saying, oh, they ruined it all. Could you help us fix it? Because they really fucked up. We thought they were going to do good, though they didn't do good. Every time, as long as I have been alive, that is what has happened. A Republican gets into office, does some stupid fucking shit, screws shit up, and then the next election, everybody's crying. We have to have somebody who knows what they're doing. Well, if you'd listened to us before, we would have told you he didn't know what he was doing. Every Democratic president has had to come in and mop up the shit that the last Republican president left. And they don't have that mopping up to do. The only reason they say there's mopping up is that means they need to now undo what was done. That's what they call mopping up. Undo the good things that were done now that you're in power and take those away again. But in 4 years, when the country is crying for a Democrat who actually knows how to govern, to help clean it up again, we'll just get rid of yours again anyway. So, party now. Because I'll tell you what, eventually the country's going to start really turning on y'all when you keep saying what you'll do and then you bait and switch. Nobody likes being baited and switched. Not even stupid people, not even bigoted people, not even racist people, and not even misogynistic people. In fact, those people probably hate being baited, switched even more. Because people that are racist, bigoted, misogynistic, they gaslight and bait switch all the time. So if they're caught on a bait switch and they're the victim, they really don't like it. So all of those people like that I named that aren't necessarily part of MAGA, once they realized you bait and switched them, they're gonna go fucking MAGA on you. And we're just, I just bought a bulk size thing of popcorn. I literally just got that the other day. Because now I'm gonna sit around and watch the morons who put the idiots in power all start biting each other's necks, fighting, kicking and screaming at each other, pointing fingers and blaming. And guess what? The Democrats are not going to have any blame, even cast an idea of it, because y'all have control of all three branches. Yeah. So any fuck-ups now? Squarely on Republicans and MAGA. Squarely. All of it. Not one iota can be faulted to Democrats when things go wrong. And that is one of the little silver linings in all of this. You will all see what children they are and how completely incompetent they are of governing their own assholes and their own mouths, let alone governing a country. Marjorie can't govern her own family. Lauren Boebert certainly can't govern a family. Both of their families have broken up since they've been in Congress. Because MAGA men don't like their women strong. But all of you people will find that out. Megyn Kelly, you're just a mouthpiece. Now he's got the power. He doesn't give a fuck who gets the information. He's going to have no loyalties to you or any of the other networks. He's going to do what he wants to do. And if he hasn't spoken to you yet about working with him, he's probably not going to do it. Because they've been making plans for a long time. Just like I think they've been planning on doing something that, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. I don't know why. I know. My gut keeps saying something isn't right about how this panned out. Something does. I know I don't want to sound like them, but it's been a week now and my gut is still agitated. I mean, agitated enough that it's given me a stomach ache for the last 3 days. Something's not right. Something's not right. And I'm not sure what that is yet. But I definitely know something is amiss because I know this feeling, and especially when it lasts for a week and it gets stronger instead of just fading. Something's wrong. Something's afoot. Something. No. I know I sound nuts. I'm just telling you, I feel like something's wrong um, with all of it. I mean, beyond the obvious wrong, as in, the irrelevant type of thing, but I mean, something feels off. And I don't know what it is. But that's how it works sometimes with me. Sometimes something's telling me something's happening, but I don't know where or what, or what part of my life. And then sometimes it's like I know it has to do with the election. I don't know what it is, but I know it has to do with that. Because it's every time I start talking about it or thinking about it or listening or reading about that feeling comes, that's like, I'm telling you, it's not what it seems. That's what I keep hearing. It's not like it appears. It's not like it appears. It's not like it appears. Don't know what that means. It's not like it appears. And I know it's specifically directed towards the election. I know it has to do with that. I just don't know what that means. It's not like it appears. Who isn't? I don't know. And I know I might sound nuts to some of y'all, but I'm not. It's driving me a little crazy because I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. But nonetheless, just putting it on file now that I'm saying something's wrong. There's like an upset. I don't know. But at any rate, it will be a while before he makes me homeless. Until then, I will continue. And since I don't have a laptop, I have a desktop. I'm not quite sure how, if I am homeless, I can, But at any rate, I can't make videos at a library. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. It's not actually very cold. It was cold yesterday and the day before. It was cold already. But looks like today is not a little more mild. So I'll get some of the things I need to do. I've got to get the rest of the Halloween stuff down. I know, because shortly after Halloween, I was, in the election, and so I need to get it down. I've got some of it down, but the other stuff that's interwoven, I gotta get that down. But anyway, yeah, that's just where my boat is right now, where my ship is. I'm trying to get back to being able to think clearly when it comes to politics without having that. And it wasn't a rage. I wasn't as angry as I was stunned, disappointed, devastated. Mad is not the same as outraged for me. Stunned that we have so many racist, bigoted, misogynistic, and or stupid people. I knew we had a third of a country, but I thought it was going the other way when the light shined on it. And apparently not. So, I don't know. How do you de-racist somebody? How do you de-bigot somebody? I don't know if is it possible. Has anybody else ever been that way and not now, or known somebody who radically changed? And if so, please tell me right down there. Let me know. Tell me what was done. What event? What happened, or what was done for that change to occur. I mean, because it seems like kind of a monumental thing once somebody has racism in their head, that people are determined by their color of their skin or by what they do with their genitalia. you know, and that makes them a good or bad person. If they're not hurting anybody else, then why does that make them a bad person? You know what I'm saying? How do you get somebody who is like that, who thinks like that, I mean, not is that way, but who thinks that way, to come around the other way and see how stupid that really is? I mean, it's just skin color. That's just very stupid. It's just a different body. It's just a different texture of hair or whatever. I how do you get somebody that is racist, misogynistic, thinks that way with men and women, any of those? How do you get them to see the reality of what they feel, what they believe is just inherently on a negative? If anybody of you have that experience personally, like firsthand or secondhand, where you know somebody, please let me know, because that's something a lot of us would like to know. What is it that gets through? Because some people have changed their minds, on things that are big like that. So I just really would like to know how we change that mindset or those different mindsets, because it's such a dark and negative vibe, hating people like that for those kind of reasons. Hating a serial killer, I get. Having that putrid hatred for somebody just because they look different, I have a hard time computing that to begin with. So it might be harder for me to understand how to unthink that. So if anybody has any experience with that, first, second, third hand, it doesn't, let me know, because I really do want to know. And trust me, a lot of us want to know how that works, how we can help people, because it's not like, oh, we need to de-brainwash you, but kind of do, because brainwash is basically telling a lie over and over and over and over, or the person hearing that lie over and over and over. Eventually, it's like, well, I hear it all the time, so it must be true. But just hearing it all the time doesn't necessarily mean it's true. Hearing it all the time by a lot of people might be an indicator it's true. But just because you hear it all the time, because Donald Trump repeats things 6, 7, 8, 9 times in one event and does it on a daily basis, every interview, that's why he always didn't answer. And I've told you that from the start. Why he wouldn't answer things, it wasn't always because he didn't want you to know, because there were things he wouldn't answer that we all knew was common knowledge, but because he would go on his little tangents and start with his rhetoric, his little stump rhetoric shit. That's what he was doing. He was repeating it over and over, so then people say, well, I hear it all the time, every day, over and over every day. But they seem to forget that the person they're hearing it from is just the one person at the start, over and over and over. Just the one person. And when you're a little more aware and you're not like stupidly just following along, you start saying, I hear it all the time, but it's one person saying it. There's a difference than a whole shitload of people saying the same thing. And maybe to listen to it. Start paying attention, start thinking, I should check this out. But that's not the way a lot of you guys do. You guys just say, I hear it all the time, and you don't even compute that you hear it all the time because one person repeats himself ad nauseum. But that is why he would switch all the time. When he would be asked a question, he'd always go to that because he wanted to drill it into your head. And you got fooled and you got drilled. Drill, baby, drill. Yeah, he drilled, baby, drilled that. Those lies right into your head. And like a little you just followed along like a little sheep parroting along. Lies, lies. And if you don't like that, I just said that and about you. If you're listening and you voted for him, I'm sorry if you don't like the truth. I feel for you. Sometimes the truth sucks. But that's the truth. You didn't bother to find out the truth. You just listened. With your little blinders. Okay, Trump, he said this. And it sucks that the rest of us are going to have to pay for your fuck up. And those of you who are undocumented or even legal immigrant, or a woman or a person of color or any of those people that are going to get hurt if his policies come to pass, kind of hard to feel sorry for you. We begged you to listen to us. We begged you. We begged you just to look and look at it yourself. Don't listen to what we're saying. Just read it. Without our words. You didn't do that. And the fact that the ones who are all the people that are going to be affected, if you voted for them, you deserve what you get. What can I tell you? You deserve it. You voted for it. You said, fuck yeah, do that to me. You said, fuck yeah, go keep touching my little daughter on the playground. Fuck yeah, go ahead. That's what you said. And not just little boys touching her. The teachers. The teachers can touch your daughter because her body, their choice. Did you think about that? Your little first grade girls have a male teacher? You might want to talk to your little girls because he won't get in trouble. I doubt it if he does something to a little girl in his class or on the playground. If you're a father and you voted for Trump, don't be surprised when your daughters come home crying that a boy grabbed her boobs or a little boy picked up her dress on the playground or pulled her panties down. Don't dress your girls and don't dress your little girls in dresses, I would suggest. Just makes it easier for the guys. And I'm not just talking the little boy peers. I'm talking about the adults too. Because once the scum that are like that and in those jobs have the free reign signal, once he's inaugurated, they'll also feel emboldened. So if you voted for Trump, you voted for your little girls getting touched by the coach if he wants to. She can scream and yell, but he won't be fired. So then she'll have to go to school with him, or you'll have to move, because that's Trump's America. You voted for him. Enjoy. Thank God I don't have any little girls. No. Thank God. Nobody in our family currently has any little girls. And my niece just got married, and I seriously doubt they're thinking about having kids at all. While Trump is in office, I guarantee that. I don't know if they were discussing it or not, but I can bet my ass they don't plan on doing it while Trump's in office. If they were going to start a family, probably aren't now. God forbid it be a little girl. And Trump keeps hold of this country. I doubt he will, but I think your voters, his voters, are going to revolt against him eventually. But, yeah. So, Stephen King, come on over to Threads, because I know you thought I forgot. That's how I started this. So, yeah. Threads is a lot of us that didn't vote for Trump, let's put it that way. So, we're all leaving. I mean, Jesse Dollemore, a lot of people that left-wing news, like right here, are leaving X. They don't care they don't want to see what's going on, what's being said, because I mean, a lot of them just are there to see what's being done. But there's quite a few I've already known that I've just left him. That fuck it, they've gone to Threads, and it's big now, so it's gotten developed up now. So I'm on there now. And if we ever have need of any kind of an underground, anybody has any information, reach out to me. I'm in. And I'm going to be, I've gotten things, so if anything happens, there are certain places, people that have let us know where to connect if shit happens. We'll all connect there. So if anybody else has any kind of things that they know of in the works, I'm in. We are now the Resistance. Didn't think you'd be that when you were watching Star Trek or Star Wars as a kid, did you? Guess what? We're the Resistance now. I am not wearing my hair like Princess Leia. I am so not wearing it. Come on. Her hair like that, and the name, come on, stop. Stop. But anyway, so, yeah, if you know Stephen King, tell him to go hop over on Threads, and he's got an entire fan base waiting for him to show up. And now that he's been tossed off by Elon, I'm sorry, but Stephen calling Elon the next First Lady, that's perfect. I love it. So, until we talk again. Oh, I got a bird thing, a little bird video. Actually, it's uploaded now, so peace out, guys. We'll get there. Tell you what, when they start begging for democratic maturity and guidance and help, save us, save us. Oh, he made a big mess of it. Save us. I'm sorry. I wasn't really MAGA. I just voted for him. You voted for him, you're MAGA. But, you know, I know a lot of them, like Marjorie Taylor Greene and all of them, are like laughing out, going, watching all the little libtards. Well, first of all those years that you're calling people libtards, start thanking God we weren't as bitchy as you are, because we could have sued you for hate crimes. Calling somebody retarded is a hate crime, sweetie. So I'll leave it with this. Hey, MAGA, and those who voted for MAGA, bless your heart. Peace out.